Please don't kick me. I'm already hurt, cried the waitress. Then Undercover CEO did this. The restaurant was packed, a usual Friday evening rush, but for Emily, the night was anything but usual. She wiped tables with trembling hands, her uniform damp from the nervous sweat that wouldn't go away. Life had been harsh lately. Rent overdue, bills piling up, and her ankle still sore from the accident last month. Every step was a reminder of how easily the world seemed to knock her down. And then it happened. A man, clearly intoxicated, stumbled near the entrance. His eyes were wild, his voice loud and cruel. "Move faster, you useless girl," he shouted. Emily flinched as he kicked a chair near her, the leg scraping dangerously close to her injured ankle. Pain shot through her, both physical and emotional. "Please, don't kick me. I'm already hurt," she whispered, her voice cracking. Everyone around pretended not to notice. The world had taught them that sometimes it's safer to look away. But one pair of eyes didn't. He was sitting in the corner, quiet, observing. A man in his early 40s wearing a simple jacket and casual jeans. Nothing about him screamed wealth or power. But there was a calm authority in the way he watched. A quiet insistence that injustice could not go unchallenged. Emily braced herself for the man to leave, thinking maybe he'd just be another stranger who watched and moved on. But instead he rose. "Sir," he said firmly, stepping in front of the aggressor. "That's enough." The drunk man laughed, dismissive. "And who are you? My guardian angel?" The quiet man smiled, not cruelly, but with a certainty that made the aggressor hesitate. "I'm just someone who believes people shouldn't be kicked when they're already hurting. Step back." For a moment, silence filled the room. Emily's heart raced. No one had ever stood up for her like that. Not the landlords, not the rude customers, not even her co-workers when things got tough. But this stranger, calm, steady, unwavering, was changing everything in a single moment. The aggressor backed down, muttering under his breath, stumbling out of the restaurant. Emily's legs shook so badly she almost collapsed, but the man caught her. "Are you okay?" he asked, genuine concern in his eyes. I think so," she whispered, barely believing it. He nodded, helping her to a chair. Sometimes the world can be cruel, but it's also full of people willing to do the right thing, even when no one else is watching. As he helped her finish her shift, they talked. Emily learned his name was Daniel. She laughed nervously when he admitted he'd been undercover at the restaurant as part of a charity project to understand small businesses, a CEO incognito, using his time to see the world through the eyes of people who often felt invisible. By the end of the night, Daniel handed her an envelope. Inside was not just a tip. It was an offer to help her get back on her feet, to cover her medical bills, and even help her start a small catering side business. "You've got a spark, Emily," he said. "Don't let anyone snuff it out." As he walked away into the cool night, Emily felt a warmth she hadn't known in months. Her pain hadn't vanished, but now she realized that kindness, genuine kindness, could arrive in the most unexpected places, changing everything in an instant. And in that moment, Emily made a silent promise. She would carry that spark forward, just as it had been given to her. Because sometimes, saving someone isn't about grand gestures or fame. Sometimes it's about simply standing up, even when the world looks away, and saying, "You are not alone." Story features. Strong hook. The assault on Emily grabs immediate attention. Relatable central character. Young working woman facing hardship. Emotional twist. The calm stranger intervenes, revealing a hidden depth. Emotional climax. Protection and kindness transform her perspective. Positive ending. Empowerment, hope, and inspiration. The days that followed were a whirlwind for Emily. The envelope from Daniel wasn't just a temporary lifeline, it was a bridge to a new chapter. With his help, she finally got her ankle fully treated, and the bills that had been suffocating her were taken care of. But more than the financial help, what struck Emily most was the confidence Daniel's gesture gave her. She started her small catering side business, pouring her heart into every dish. What once felt like a struggle for survival began to feel like a journey toward purpose. Word of Emily's resilience and skill spread quickly. Her first catering gig was for a local community fundraiser, and she worked tirelessly, waking before dawn, delivering smiles alongside meals. Watching families enjoy her cooking, Emily realized something profound: kindness, once given, has a way of multiplying. One evening, as she closed her little kitchen, she noticed a young delivery boy fumbling with his packages outside. He looked exhausted and frustrated, muttering about late deadlines and unpaid bills. Emily remembered herself just months ago, scared, tired, and hurting. She walked outside, smiled warmly, and offered to help carry some of the packages. His eyes widened in surprise. "You really don't have to," he said. "I know," Emily replied gently. "But sometimes a small gesture can change someone's whole day." The boy grinned, and in that moment, Emily understood the true meaning of Daniel's quiet lesson. You don't have to be a CEO or have wealth to make a difference. Every act of compassion, no matter how small, can create ripples far beyond what you imagine. Months later, Daniel returned, this time not undercover. He walked into Emily's bustling kitchen and watched her in action. She noticed him and waved, a genuine smile lighting up her face. "You've done well," he said simply. Emily laughed. "I couldn't have done it without the spark you gave me." "No," Daniel said, shaking his head. "You had it all along. I just reminded you to believe in it." As he left, Emily looked around her busy kitchen. The orders, the laughter of customers, the aroma of home-cooked meals filling the air. She realized that sometimes life doesn't just hand you a second chance. It gives you the courage to take one. And from that day forward, Emily made it her mission to notice the hurting, to act when she could, and to remind herself and others that kindness is never wasted. One person standing up, one act of compassion, can turn a moment of despair into a lifetime of hope. Because the world might knock you down, Emily thought, but it's the people who lift each other up who make life worth living.